Hey, everybody. It is Tuesday night. It is 8 p.m. Central. That means it is time for the Sith Dominion podcast. I'm Dr. Dana Martin, your host, and with me tonight is Debbie. Hello, Debbie. And Zane. Hello, Zane. Nice hair. Did you lose the scissors?
Yeah, I lost them back in the war.
There was a time when I did your hair every single day or every week or two I wasn't going to spend money on your hair.
Same. That's what I was thinking.
But I would cut it myself. I wouldn't let it grow.
Don't you trust me to cut my own hair?
No, but come on by to
spend money on gas.
We're a shoppy with the E at the end. Barber shoppy. Come on.
It's a barber sharpay.
Barber shoppy. Debbie, what have you been up to this week?
Not much, just work.
Work is fun, always, right? No. It pays the bills, and, if you can do this on the side, it'd be cool if we got paid to do this. But if we did this on the side, it kind of alleviates, maybe. I don't know, tonight, with Cam not here, Cam has got a doubleheader in softball. With Cam not here tonight, I don't know that, this is going to be as successful of a show as the last one. Thank you for all of you that watched last week. We had like over 650 views, I think, as of right now for last week's show. That's freaking incredible. Thank you. I don't know what to do about that. We should celebrate. Well, here, how about this? Cheers. Thank you. 650 plus.
Cheers.
What you got in that Don't Tread on Me cup?
We got coffee.
Coffee?
Some Irish cream, yeah.
Okay, I've got the come and take it. So you can tell these two Texas boys, right?
Actually, this didn't come from Texas.
Didn't come from Texas.
Ben Franklin actually helped make this. Gaddison flag.
So get your lore right. Oh my goodness, it is lore. It's all changing. They just make it whatever, whatever the party wants. 1984, George Orwell. It's amazing. Read it. Man, no. What a great week. We had an opportunity last week to talk about The Last Jedi and what an absolute steaming pile it was. At least from some of our perspectives. And I think generally, I don't think anyone gave it above a 5, if I recall. I mean, it just really was a hodgepodge of let's throw in a Star Wars thing here or there and make a movie. So was looking forward to this movie. I want us to kind of just touch before we go through the other things and just highlight what we're going to be talking about tonight. Tell me y'all's first thoughts, experience with this movie, sitting in the theater. I'm assuming y'all watched it in the theater. Sitting in the theater the first time watching this. 4 times. You watched this. You spent money in the theater twice? What the ever-loving... What?
Well, I went to see it. I think I went to see it with friends. And then... my son was working second shift, and as soon as he got off work, he met me at the movie theater. So we seen the midnight showing, or I don't know, whatever. Sure. It was late.
Yeah, I don't know. I watched it with you. I watched it with my mom. I watched it with friends, and then I watched it with my aunt because no one else wanted to go with her. So
wow. So there you have it. 4 times.
4 times.
How many times did you see it? Or what was your first thoughts about it?
Well,
I remember the first time you saw it.
I remember you coming out of Last Jedi. You were like, you know what? I went in wanting to like the movie, and so I liked the movie. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not. You know what? I'm gonna stop criticizing Star Wars, because I was. You remember, I was a huge Last Jedi hater. So I'm like, I'm going to go into this movie and just enjoy it. I'm just going to be like, you know what? Whatever they do, if it looks cool, if it's flashy, I'm going to love it. And I went in there and I watched it and I loved it the first 3 times. And the 4th time, I started actually taking a subjective look at it.
I can't listen to this drivel anymore. Just kidding. That was fantastic, Zane. But you're giving good reason, right? I mean, there were some things you hadn't seen before. I'm with you. Some of that was kind of cool.
I thought there were a lot of cool moments. There were a lot of cool moments, a lot of good visual moments, a lot of good, just like sound wise, just everything happening at once. Like really good moments like that. Moments.
Yeah. Your first impressions, Debbie?
I mean, I always try to go in with an open mind. I enjoyed it. Again, as with The Last Jedi, I mean, it's not my favorite, but like saying, there was stuff I liked. There was stuff I enjoyed. Totally shocked when Han came back. I was like, what the? I cried. I cried when it happened because it wasn't as far as of course, I tried to stay away. Once I watched the teaser trailer, I tend to stay away from everything else. So I don't know if that was ever in the like TV spots or whatever, but yeah, that totally blew my mind. I was not expecting that as much as because he, Harrison wanted to be killed off. And so I was surprised he came back. But I liked it. It was all right. I just rewatched it here before the show, and there's stuff I liked and stuff I could have done without. But
yeah, I got halfway through and I had to turn it off. I had some other things to do, but in addition to that, I could have left it running while I was doing dishes or whatever. It was just disinteresting to me. I got about halfway through, and when Poe and Finn are right there, and Hux turns and shoots, he's like, "I am the spy," and Poe's like, "I knew it." Like, it was just really campy and dumb. I stopped it literally right there. It was that bad for me. You could just see, though, for those actors, it pained them to say it and do it. It just looked, and Hux always looks painful. Like he's in pain, but you know what I'm saying. So, but my first impression, I'm with you guys. I think there was some flashy stuff that the passing through the Force is dumb, and after you sit and think about it, it's not going to happen. It's impossible unless it happens somewhere in expanded universe, buried in some comic somewhere, passing a physical object through the Force.
New material? We can't have that here.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is make it logical within the framework of what the Force is or can be or does. What you've done now
was because they're a dyad.
So only those two would be able to pass through. No other combination. Only someone with that being a dyad. That's what makes
them special. I mean, Joe Blow down the road, that's a Jedi. He can't do it. He's not part of a dyad. That's my line of thinking. You don't have to agree with it.
And that's your hill. What makes it, because I start adjusting things. I think you figured out my tells when I'm like, oh God, you guys are nuts. No way. I can't listen to it. Oh, this hat sticks my ears out though. I don't know if I can. All right. But then shoot. Yeah, the flashy stuff was cool. And Han, I think just from stuff that's been shared in an episode where we talked a lot about that specific scene. That scene was tough. I'm there watching it with my son at one of the times. I think I watched it twice. And yeah, I mean, you've got a dude at odds with a family member. It doesn't even have to be a father, right? Like any family member that meant a lot to you and was very influential. And then when you become at odds with them, it destroys you on the inside. I'm at odds with a family member right now, and it sucks. It's terrible. And in this case, he killed him. I mean, so it's a little different. I didn't kill anybody.
Extreme.
Quite. But I'm with you. I mean, it was very. It's a very good Star Wars moment, regardless of how you feel about it, Cam. That moment is a very Star Wars moment. You've got the past with the present, and the present learning from the past and decisions and whatnot beyond them or before them. So we see that with the discussions between Obi-Wan and Luke, and we see that with Qui-Gon in Clone Wars, talking with Yoda. So I'm cool with some of this stuff to a point. But I think my first impression was that was kind of cool, and the second time I saw it, I was like, okay, this is trash. I was blinded by the sparkly, shiny stuff, and didn't realize there really wasn't any meat to it. So, just my side too. But I will table
And
this.
you're wrong. No.
I'm wrong. I can be wrong. I'm not, but I can't. No, just kidding. Let's look at this because I ran across this. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you, TMZ. I don't like TMZ very much, but man, can we just invite that dude over for like turkey dinner or something, and
He's just trying to chill.
just let him know like we're on his side. Don't worry about asking your pharmacist or doctor about RSV vaccine options, including fight. I'm talking about this. I just felt like he. This is what I don't like using the word hate, but I hate our fandom when it does things. I don't want to be a part of the collective fandom when they choose to go down a path of destroying an individual personally, and it's dumb. It's useless. It does nothing but harm. There's zero constructive, zero growth that can come from that. Nothing good comes from the way that he was handled. Rey, Daisy was handled. Freaking Rose, Tran. So it's just dumb. Like, stop. And that's not just our fandom, right? I mean, fandoms everywhere do it. I just think ours are, because we're, at least I'm embedded in it. I feel like I see it more, and it's just toxic and dirty and nasty. And now you got some dude who had a promising career potentially as an actor. Doesn't even like himself. So great job, fans. Great job.
Yeah,
Good on you. Oh, go ahead.
I think if you don't like something movie wise or in your fandom, why are you taking it out on the actors? Because the actors are just following the directors, what the writers write down. They don't have control over that. I mean, sure, they can make suggestions, but depending on who the director is, they're going to say, no, shut up and do your job. So why take it out on the actors? If you want to take it out on somebody, take it out on the writers and directors who come up with this stuff. You're taking it out on the wrong people.
Absolutely. Like, are you? I don't know. If you have a bad experience in a restaurant, you can be upset with the wait staff. If it's something they did, but if it's policy, sorry, we can't refund you more than half of the meal or for your experience, whatever. Like, are you gonna like just totally crucify this poor wait staff person that's barely not even making minimum wage? You're gonna tear them up and destroy them, and you're gonna do this online and we see that shit all the time. So maybe in general, Debbie, Zane, it's just people suck anymore. People are mean. I try to go out and make whoever my wait staff is, whether I'm checking out groceries, it doesn't matter. Like, I try to make someone smile in the line. Every single, Zane can attest. I do this everywhere I go.
Thank you, my friend.
All the time. Thank you, my friend. That's one of my favorite things to say. And no, they're not my friend. And probably, who knows? They could be some crazy psycho who lives in their mom's basement, and I don't want to be their friend. But in that moment, what does it harm to be nice? So when I see this, I see Jake Lloyd out and about. Go, dude. Go be you. And dude, you got a seat at my table for Thanksgiving, my friend. There it was. All right, we'll stop the share. So I didn't bring to the table the the Daisy stuff, I wanted to talk about that because she got hammered really bad, and we've talked about it in the show before. But I need to understand what's she doing. Why is she signed on for this other movie? Cam were here, he'd say, well, because the movie's never going to get made, so what does it matter? But Debbie, I mean, from your perspective, she took a lot of heat. She came back, made 2 years ago, made this announcement, or a year and a half ago, made this announcement. I was excited for her. We all, I think, were excited. Yeah, give it another shot. Come on, we like you, Daisy Ridley. What were your thoughts, and where do you see it going? Because now we really have to talk about this.
I think she just likes the character of Rey. I mean, I like her. I've seen her in other stuff. I like her in all the other stuff I've seen her in. She's just cute and adorable. Almost sickening. But but yeah, I think she truly likes the character. And some people might say, oh yeah, it's the money. Well, yeah. Wouldn't you? Duh.
Harrison did it for the money.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think she enjoys the character, and maybe whatever they pitched to her, maybe that excited her, and she was, she's interested in where the character's going from here on out.
Yeah, I'm with you. Zane?
Honestly, I think it's kind of the same thing. She enjoys that character, and let's keep it a stack. I mean, I think we can all say, like, she did really good as Rey. Like, her herself, she did really good as that character, and I think she really embodied what the character should have stood for. And I think that's why she's continuing it. I think she sees hope for this Rey character, and I hope we get to see that come to fruition.
I loved seeing little girls dress. This is just stop. I loved seeing growing up little girls dressed as Princess Leia. I love seeing little girls growing up. My kids, Madison went as Padme for Halloween one year. Another and here's Rey, another fantastic. Yes, little Mary-ish, but fantastic role model, and the actress willingly takes that on. Like that's good. She's not begrudgingly, okay, I played this part, now all these freaking little kids like me. Like, she accepts that and is willing to continue to do that, whereas Harrison's like, just kill me. Just kill me off.
Just give me my paycheck.
That's right. No, but here we're at the end of the canonical piece of what we have as story. This is it. What we're going to talk about tonight. We're also next week going to talk about episode 9 as potentially it could be, whatever. Trevorrow, if you know about his script, we're going to, I hope Cameron can get this to us so that we have an opportunity to skim it. And then we may actually, get your acting caps on. Just kidding. We may do a couple of reads just to have some fun at some of the scenes. I'll share real quick. The concept.
I need to brush up on my British accent.
Yeah. Well, depends on what role you take, but yeah, any of them highfalutin aristocrats.
I can't.
Hell yeah.
Hello, Puppet.
Hello, Puppet.
That's about the extent of my British talking.
Not bad. Yeah, think about it.
So here is just stuff from the what you call it? Sorry, I can't think. Concept art from this. Yes, that is a laser guillotine.
Oh, is that Phasma?
Right. Dude, this was so cool. Just the concept art alone, amazing. You'll get Darth Holocron at the bottom here. Hey, what's up, Andrew? I see Cam is playing the triple header tonight. Yes, he is. We'll put the link down in the description for why am I clicking it there?
Mortis would be crazy.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, have you not seen this stuff? This
No.
is great, dude. I'm so excited. This is gonna be. Oh, that's the new Jedi Temple. Yes.
That would be cool.
Dude. Okay. I'm good with this. And so we'll talk about this next week on what episode 9 should be. Because we had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this crap. And so it'd be cool to see what else we could have for episode 9. But we're gonna talk about the steaming pile tonight. Andrew. Yeah, is that Zane or Tarzan? Amen. Come on.
What do you mean? I've been like this.
Do I need to get you some scrunchies? I don't know what I need to do to help you here.
No,
I like the
actually-
long hair.
Thank
There's nothing wrong
you.
with it.
I just see you, and all I can think of is, whoa, Black Betty, bam, lamb, whoa.
Whoa, Black Betty, bam, lamb. No. I have
Oh, my goodness.
Though. Makes me sad.
If you don't know that, go check it out. It's fun. Black Betty by Ram Jam. Actually, Ram Jam, that was a cover. It goes back to, I think, the 40s. It was an old jazz tune, Black
old
Betty.
girl
Oh,
song.
it was a great tune, man. Great tune. Okay. I just had all those Bamalam memes where they pajama, yeah, all the different stuff. Anyways, so yeah, let's get on with the show. Zane,
Yeah.
do you have something for your segment?
I have a question.
Oh, yeah. What's your question? you wanna- Do I need to put this in
No, it's fine.
here? We'll just put it right here so that everyone can see.
Oh, with the German. Wow.
Oh, with the what?
Oi, the German. Ich habe eine Frage.
Oh my goodness.
Frage.
I guess we should probably put it at the top, yeah?
I don't know where you're putting this.
God, this is long.
Where? Oh, wow.
Hold on, let's get
Yeah.
there we go.
Uh,
Well, I don't what is it? I have a Frage. What is that?
question.
Because the reason why Pop's plan was kind of ass in ROS.
Okay, so I remember that Cam would not shut up about the fact that why are these ships just hovering?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a very valid question. And so I think that a lot of the misgivings that happened during that battle was actually due to Palpatine just being like dumbed down. You know, not able to think correctly because that brain, the clone brain, couldn't handle it.
Like maybe he came out of the incubator a little early.
Yeah.
Seriously? That could
I
be your
mean-
exit. Well, I mean, so they're just hovering because they have to get. That is weird. I don't like Agua, the best piece of Star Wars media.
That's what I'm saying. No. But if you saw my tier list, you wouldn't like it.
The GLaDOS thing, is that what it's called? I don't know. What that's called.
No. GLaDOS is from Portal, but it looks like
Okay.
the thing he's attached to.
Oh, okay. Oh, got you.
You know.
So I know that we've seen plenty of clones in movies and shows and whatever, and there is some sort of like cognitive deterioration that we have seen in other films with cloning. Maybe his cognitive deterioration didn't allow him. Like, oh no, we'll just have them all connected to one tiny thing so that if this one tiny thing breaks again, well, I'll lose all my shit again. Like, come on,
and
man.
I think it makes some general sense. I mean, you have to think about where all this cloning stuff came from. It came from, Omega, right? She was a big she was like one of the starts of that. It came from
Omega.
Grogu. Just trying, like, he was really trying to pull just from everywhere, every little sort of thing. And who's to say that it actually worked correctly? We know he's had failed clones, with Rey's dad. It's not tough to say that this one also didn't work.
Yeah, so Rey's dad was a failed clone, was able to reproduce, Had a force sensitive kid.
And we've seen, I know they have a chip in their head. That could be the
Who?
problem. But we have seen that clones before have gone mad.
Yes.
So I don't know. I
The good
think
soldier
that
follows orders.
and we know that clones can have like a fast aging. Like clones can age fast. So who's to say that the brain or whatever of whatever clone he's using didn't age fast? Or,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I mean, we
So-
don't know that much about cloning. That's why.
So maybe he's certainly mad from just he's crazy. But then also maybe there's a deteriorating piece of his brain as he I mean theoretically you're right. This can't be the very first clone of him, right? I mean, we're talking about 30 years or whatever, or how long was it? 30 years?
Something like that. You got to think about Lockhardt's principle.
What's Lockhart's principle?
I don't remember exactly what it says, but it basically means that wherever you go, you leave a trace behind. It's a thing in forensics, so there's always something you leave behind, whether it's skin cells,
such thing as a perfect
hair.
murder.
So who's to say that if he is transferring his conscious between bodies? Again, this is a subject never touched. Who's to say he doesn't lose a little part of him? You know, and we know that this is a dark side ability. You have to be really powerful on the dark side. We've seen from Legends, the more you use and the more you're corrupted by dark side, the more your mind gets corrupted by dark side.
True.
So,
what terrible book.
Crazy.
Did you read the novelization of it? Is that what you're referring to, Cam?
Cam did.
Cam is probably like in between at bats or something, and he's texting us. This is how much he loves being on the show and how much he really wants to be here. I was with you, Debbie. I thought he was joking last week when he said he wasn't going to be here.
I think because he had so much power. I mean, you could tell when he was finally Shadows of the Sith is the name of the book. His own cloned body just could not withhold it because it's a failed clone basically. So I think he had to transfer several times. But I mean, you could tell, you know, his fingers, you know, you could see bone and you know, his eyes were white. You know, it wasn't until he tapped into the dyad force that, you know, his Sith eyes came back.
How did he not know what was going to happen? Because he looked so damn surprised, like, oh, like it was a freaking whatever dark crystal in his essence is making his hands all, you know, like what? Oh, you know, yeah, you get the. There's probably like 500,000 people out there that have no idea what I just said. 500,000 watching?
Well, I mean, he even said, you know, this is something that hasn't happened for, what do you say, 1,000 generations or 1,000 years or something like 1,000 something.
Is that an acolyte?
So it's not something that happens frequently.
Right. But he caused it, right? He's the one that caused it. So how is it?
What do you mean he caused it?
I mean, you could say inadvertently.
He created that dyad in the force between them, right?
Inadvertently, I think. I think they were after Rey was made. I mean, I don't know. It's weird because I don't think he purposely made the dyad.
I didn't know he even made the dyad. Where was that said?
Well, I mean, you think about it. He did make the clone that made Rey. So at somewhere in there. You know,
and he would have had to know that there was a Rey, and he knew that Kylo was seeking Rey, and he would have felt Rey and Kylo manipulating the Force within each other. Oh, that sounded dirty. They probably wanted to. All right, dyad. Yeah, let's get a little dyad going. Hey,
more like brother
PG-13. A little dyad. Okay, so I I don't know. I never. It never made sense to me that he would have won if he had any sense of what this was, this dyad, or what it could be, and he was in some way, shape, or form responsible-ish for it. How would you not have the arcane knowledge, the knowledge of the old ways where this was used before, that you would not have realized? You would have been able to refurbish your body through their life force. How do you not know this? Especially when you have lore accessible like Dark Nihilus. So again, this was very difficult for me to agree or to watch, and him act so damn surprised, like he didn't know this shit was going to happen. He spent his whole life looking for the Fountain of Youth, and to look surprised, like, oh shit, I found it. No, you knew. Like, I don't. It didn't make sense to me. That's where I'm going. I know you're looking that up, but whatever. What is it that Rey says there? I'm all Jedi, and he says I'm all Sith, and all these things.
I'm all the Sith, and I'm all the Jedi.
Look. When he got tossed over in Return of the Jedi, we saw this, kind of spooky, spirity power, whatever, escaping him. I just have to assume that. Where did all that come back into him whenever he got cloned? I just got too many damn questions about this whole process. And I guess that's why the line is simply, I don't know how, but Palpatine returned. Because there's no reasonable explanation. And this is where I really need Cam to walk me through his explanation of how would Palpatine be able to return after all this time and be quiet? Because he was stowed away on Exegol? Give me a break.
Oh my gosh, I am reading so much. So the dyad was it originally was before the rule of two, and it was called the doctrine of the dyad, and it was centered on the two, right?
Yeah.
And essentially, the doctrine was etched into the walls of that Sith citadel on Exegol.
Yeah.
Right. So we see it in the movie technically.
We do.
And the according to this article, that it was made obviously before the rule of two, but it almost went in tandem with the rule of two for them trying to force the dyad to happen between the two. Like, imagine the rule of two, but both Sith are a force dyad. Unstoppable.
So essentially, you're talking about two magnets pushing apart, trying to force it together, versus, in this case, I guess, naturally, this occurred.
Mm-hmm.
And why did it have to occur? Because
they come from the two most powerful families in the galaxy, the Skywalkers
and the Palpatine.
And the Palpatine.
How? I don't know why. And maybe it's just
accepted.
I can't. I'm trying. I can't accept it because I have this.
Where did this come from?
I need to understand, and I know that there's mystery to when we watch those first three, the OGs. There's this mystery, and we've talked about that to death. There's just a mystery to it. It's so wonderful, and then you try to science it away by talking about M count or whatever, and just let us have like the mystic part, right? Like, please. And go ahead.
So, when you found out that Ian McDiarmid was going to be in this movie, how did you think he was going to be in this movie?
I thought it would be some sort of ghost-ish type thing, like with what we had, like what I brought up. Exar Kun is a good example. I thought it would be some sort of Force ghost working on Rey, or Force Spirit, Dark Side Force Spirit, working on Rey or Kylo. I did not believe he would be physically a thing. And so, yeah, I was excited because in my mind, that's what was going to happen. And clearly I was wrong, but
Well, I mean, in my mind, when he came out at Celebration to introduce the trailer, my first thought was, and I think my kids were the same way. Oh, they're doing the comic books
yeah.
because
That's what I
it
thought.
happens in the comics.
Dark Empire. Yep.
So that was my first thought. I was like, oh, okay, he's gonna be a clone. You go, boy. Get it. Get her done.
So I think what you got there. Imagine if the creators of this catastrophe put as much thought into this project as y'all are doing. You know what? That's a valid point. And Cam, I wish you were here. If I feel like we are potentially. What do you got there?
Where?
I feel like we do put a lot more into it than what was intended, or at least the thought behind it when it was produced. I was literally thinking about that today as I was watching this movie. How much thought went into that one scene that made me stop the tape, right? Of I'm the spy. It's like I knew it was, just stop. Like I couldn't. Are we putting too much stock into them trying to change our IP, or and we're just making a bigger deal out of it than the thought that they really put into it? That's a valid point. What do you think?
Well, my problem with some of the parts of this movie is like the Knights of Ren. You know, we really didn't learn much about them outside of Kylo was the kingpin of them. You know, it'd have been nice to have a little bit of backstory somewhere within the 3 movies. And I was thinking there was something else. Like Poe being a spice runner would have been nice to have. For me, I like backstories, so that's why I say that. I would have liked a little bit more. Of course, they gave a little bit more story to him than they did to the Knights of Ren. You know, we just see them pop up maybe 2 or 3 times within the whole trilogy. But yeah, it would have been nice. I mean, I thought I heard rumors that the Knights of Ren were some of the students from the academy. I don't know if that's true or not. It was just stuff I heard.
I hope not. That would just be another Sith Inquisitor, basically. Then.
Well, true.
I don't know. I think that's just one of the rumors I heard. I think there's comics on it, but
There are, because I think in the comics, Kylo ended up killing whoever the leader was, the Knights of Ren, in order to become leader.
Become the leader, right?
Yeah.
I read that.
and only
it's
the
almost
leader
like they
could carry the lightsaber. Nobody else could. That's why they all have different doodads. Weapons, whatever.
Well, it's almost like I didn't do that for real. She bounced. I don't know. That wasn't me. I swear.
Was it me?
It was you. But we're back. So I'm with you. It's almost like they put together a focus group. It was like, what do you guys want to see in this last movie? Oh, the Emperor would be cool. All right, cool. A little dash of Emperor. What about those Knights of Ren? What the hell? What was that about? You introduce this and you talk about this, but we don't know what the hell that is. Oh yeah. Okay, we'll add a cup and a half of that. It feels like they just really unable to verify because I couldn't put the fucking puzzle piece in. Give me a break. Okay, thank you.
Well, I think.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember when we first, was it Last Jedi we first heard of, or maybe it was TFA that we first heard about the Knights of Ren. And people were excited about it. And it was like, ooh, what's the Knights of Ren? You know, this sounds pretty cool. And then that was it. And I think that kind of pissed off a lot of people because we never got anything for it. It's like, if you're going to introduce stuff like that, I mean, I don't read the comics. I read the books. Now, if they had put something in the book, I'd have read it and I could be, second in command lore master and I could have told you about it.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I've tried reading because I have Marvel.com, where you can get all
Marvel
the
Unlimited. All the comics.
I got that. I have that. I mainly do research, and I've tried reading the comics, but I don't see so well. And then trying to sit here on a computer, trying to read.
Yeah,
it sucks, and I don't like
read the
it.
Darth Vader ones on that. It was really good. The Darth Vader comics, and I would use my phone, and so I could zoom in, like really, like each cell I would look at and read. It was cool. Marvel Unlimited. Don't you have a phone? You zoom in.
When I read text, I'm reading it like this. So to sit there and read a whole freaking comic or a series of comics like that, I don't know. Maybe I could read it on my Kindle. I don't know.
I was about to say, we need to get you a tablet. That's what we need.
I have a Kindle.
That'll work.
I'll see if it looks better on a Kindle because, I don't want to sit here on the computer for hours at a time reading. I'm already doing that on this show.
This show and Cantina and MCU
and Federation Friday.
Federation Fridays. I'm so excited. What is Federation Fridays? Is that like a for real all the time thing?
It wasn't last week, but yeah. Well, we were on summer hiatus and now we're back. I think. I think there's a show Friday. We're supposed to be doing Conscious of the King. Episode 12 or 13 of the original series.
The original series, yeah.
Season 1.
TOS.
I tell you, I watched it and I was like, I do not remember this at all. It was like new to me. I didn't remember it. And I know
writing our history, I'm telling you.
I don't know. Because I remember a lot of the Star Trek episodes, but that one I was just like, maybe I watched it once as a kid and decided I didn't like it and never watched it again. I skipped over it.
I remember it wasn't like the early shows in the afternoons. Like you would have Bewitched, Gilligan's Island, and syndication, right? That show was in syndication, the original, but it was
Usually
like 4:30.
Yeah.
Or like 10 after the local news or whatever. Yeah. TNG, when it came out, was rolling like at a 8 or a 9. It was a later time slot as well when it first came out. And I remember wanting to, hey, can I watch this? Because it would have gone into my shower, whatever, get ready for school time. Sorry, Debbie. So I was like, I gotta watch what? I'm not that much younger than you, but
because when I watched it, it came on Saturdays, but it was like at 7 or 8 or something like that. It was like an early evening.
TNG? Mm-hmm. Weird.
And I had probably at least two of the 3 kids, maybe.
Man, so I just saw a movie the other day. I know we're kind of getting off topic here, but it's okay. Fandoms are fandoms. I was watching a movie called Stand By Me. I had never seen Stand By Me all the way through. I know, right? That's what Charlotte said. My wife's like, what are you talking? Put that on. Put it on right now.
What the hell?
So I did. It was a great movie, but freaking Will Wheaton's in this. I had no idea. Little tiny Will Wheaton. I hate that kid. I mean, okay, so the character. This is where we can talk about Rey and separating the actress from the role. That role of Wesley Crusher. Like, I hated that sniveling little turd. I never liked this kid. He was always so damn full of himself. Thought just because he was in the gray suit and I could be on the bridge and no one else my age is. And suck it, Wesley. You know, I bet you had no friends in the academy because you're an absolute douchebag. Sorry.
You know, when TNG first originally aired, I really did not like the character. But it wasn't last year, but I think it was the year before. I did a rewatch of the whole series, and I was like, he's not as bad as I remember. I don't know if it's because I'm an old fart now and it doesn't really annoy me, and that plus after having kids, I'm like, yeah, he ain't nothing.
Oh, that's nothing.
Compared to my kids.
Sure.
No, my kids were great. They were good. They were good kids for the most part.
No, no, we are not a next generation. We're not a Star Trek show, and that's okay to bring in other fandoms every now and then. Like, you know,
We are fans. The best Star Trek series.
okay. You can be a fan of all kinds of
The Little Mermaid.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
No. What are you talking about? You see Darth Vader's over here, and I got troopers up here, and yeah. No, I just, you know, that happened to him. Quite frankly, there were two schools of thought with Wesley. Some loved him and some hated it, and he caught some flack. And they even touch on it on Big Bang a little bit because what's his name made a comment or two, little snide freaking Sheldon made a couple snide comments about his character. But you know, so it's not just the Star Wars fandom. As I said in the beginning of the show, I think it's just, you know, sometimes people period just get shitty, and we see this weekend. So the Cowboys, right? America's team. I know, right? So America's team. We did not say we Americans team. Cowboys fans did not start that. That was a media thing. So don't blame us, Cowboys fans, for that. But we're not toxic, and I say that because toxic fans are fans like Philly, where they're going to throw snowballs at Santa Claus, or when Michael Irvin gets upended while he's trying to catch a pass in the air and lands on his neck and a career-ending injury, y'all cheer. So, you know what, Philly, you can suck it. Those are terrible fans. I love Philadelphia. I've never been there. I know some really great people in Philadelphia.
They have a good sandwich.
But they do have a good sandwich. But every single game I've ever seen with the Eagles is absolute trash. You guys are the worst fans. Or the best fans, because you really do love your team. So good for you. Anyways, it's all over, that sort of toxic fandom, if you want to call it that. Jerry Jones and Kathleen Kennedy, a terrible business. You know what? I feel like, yes, Jerry Jones and Kathleen Kennedy, terrible business owners, they should get together and just see what else they can fuck up. Oh, sorry. Now we're PG-13. We see what else they can mess up, right?
Yeah, I used to be a Dallas fan way back. We're talking Roger Staubach times.
Yes. Hollywood Henderson, freaking yes. Oh my God.
And
Charlie Waters. Yeah.
Then I stopped following them when they hired Tony Romo, and would never get rid of him. And I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm over it.
I had a college buddy of mine actually was the officiant in Tony Romo's wedding. And so it was bittersweet looking at those pictures. I was like, oh, that's cool. Really? Oh, look, there's my buddy. Oh, Tony. This isn't a football show. That's a William show. And you can catch that. The sports is right back on now. He just announced he's got a show coming up this week. So tune into William's show. What is it called? The Sports
Report.
Sports Report. Yeah, there you go, William. I know you never watch my show, but that's okay. I watch your show all the time. Just kidding. I will, though. Just kidding.
Unless he trashes the Cowboys.
Don't trash the Cowboys. You're not Stephen A. Have some love.
Give the fans some room, please.
But honestly, listen. Freaking Jerry Jones took over ownership, and once that happened, yeah, some great things occurred. But some great things occurred because of what was leading up to that. Whether it was the drafts that they had, whatever. Point is, decisions are made now, 20, 30. It's been 30 years since they've won a championship. And that's hard for me to swallow because I vaguely remember those late 70 runs that those guys had with Roger.
Remember?
I remember.
I watched him on TV.
At least right now I do. Because I don't remember a lot anymore. But yeah, I totally remember that stuff. And then 20 years later, here they are again, doing well, 3 Super Bowls. It's been 30 years.
So didn't Mike McCarthy take the Packers to the Super Bowl on a 3-3?
He lived and died off of his previous what was that guy's name? I can't remember. Who was the previous coach before Mike McCarthy? He was there forever. But anyways, he was the reason why. It's like Barry Switzer winning a championship with Dallas, right?
I mean,
he just took advantage of
chance.
Jones.
There's a chance.
Anyways, this is what has to do with. We could do a sports show, but we're not.
We could.
This is my point, though, right? Like, you got fans everywhere for all different things, and some of them are great, and some of them are terrible. Some of them are fair weather. Some of them are die hard. You either bleed blue or you hate the steel and blue, or you can't stand the Niners and you want to, choke out Terrell Owens. Oh, now he's on our team. Great. Just all of the things. And this happens with us in Star Wars. Like, yes, Force and more exploration into the Force. But wait, I don't think I agree with the way you're using the Force. I get it, Debbie, right? Like, you ask for something new and you get something new and you're bitching about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't make logic sense.
Yeah. Oh, TFA, it's too much like New Hope, blah, 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 wham, wham, wham. And then here comes Last Jedi. Oh my God, what the hell's that? That's
not my
that's
Star
nothing
Wars.
like the originals, blah, blah, blah. You can't please anybody. It's like, just go find another fandom.
Let's do a focus group. Tell us everything you want to see, and we'll make sure to F it up real good. That's what I felt like they did for the last one. Honestly. I mean, let's who was the favorite? Palpatine. Everyone loves Palpatine. Let's throw him in there. Let's bring back, old fogey Harrison. Let's wheel his ass out there and make him perform.
Excuse me, do not talk about my boyfriend like
But don't put him on the Falcon again, because he'll break his leg again or whatever, his ankle. Just like, honestly, it's a good thing it was a ramp, right? I'm not an ageist. Come on.
You're not me, because I'm older than you.
Yeah, I'm not an ageist.
Respect your elders.
I respect.
Nah.
Lots of respect.
Okay, boomers.
So let's move on. So let's get into that bit there at towards the end, where I want us to look at before she actually goes to Exegol, when they have their confrontation on whatever, I don't remember the name of the planet where the Death Star is. Thank you, Squeegee. So they're on Squeegee.
Kamiji. Good Lord, man.
So
you call it whatever you want. I don't give a
So they're on whatever. And we had this discussion, not an argument, of when did Leia die?
Kimiji.
What did Leia die after she distracted Kylo so that Rey could stab him, or did she die towards the very end, whenever he died for real? That was what was said on the last show. So, which one was it? Because I didn't make it that far.
She doesn't. When Ben dies, saving Rey, and he disappears in the Force, Leia's body disappears in the Force at the same time.
Boy, but she was already dead. That was, I think, what I was
Physically.
coming from. Wasn't she already physically dead?
I think she was
when
physically
that was
dead
her
at that
last
point.
force act, was distracting him. That was everything she had, and then she died.
Basically doing the same thing as Luke did.
Right.
Yes.
Force projection.
Right.
She used the force projection, 1, to distract him, and 2, to conjure up Han, the memory of Han.
See, I think we differ on that one. I think that
Why
was
do you
within
think
him.
he was holding the medal?
That was Chewie. That was Chewie's medal.
No, that was Han's.
That was Chewie's medal.
Maz said Han or Leia wanted you to have this. That was Han's medal. She gave it to Chewie.
Yeah,
Maz
because I
did.
thought it was his the whole time.
No, that was Han's.
Chewie never got a medal.
I
Yeah.
know. That's why it was so special that he got it at the end, because
So
she
why
had
would
given
they
it
wait
to him.
40 years to give it to him? That's stupid.
Why would she walk past Chewie?
That's stupid too.
Thank you.
But
Because
that
they
was
don't think about
Han's
that
medal. She was, when she laid down on the slab or bed, whatever you want to call it, she had that. I didn't mean
Depends how
to
much you
slab
pay.
and make it sound like a mortuary or a morgue or whatever, but
Let's head up to
But,
the
yeah,
lab.
she
and
laid
see what's on
down.
the lab.
holding that medal, and I think it was to help her. Oh no. Okay. I think that was to help her focus on the image of Han to make him appear to Kylo.
Is there? I need your source. Is this just your theory on what she was doing?
Yeah.
I have not heard that this was her doing, that was a manifestation she created.
How else did Han come back? He wasn't a
What is it, like
Jedi.
Force?
Because as according to our previous show where we talked about this, Debbie, it was in Kylo's head. He was trying to he was trying to reconcile all of this shit that was going on inside of his heart, soul, and mind. He needed some closure, some understanding of really what was going on. And so he created this manifestation so that he could be affirmed in his decision that his daddy says, yes, son, you're okay. You're a good boy. And I'm going to throw my lightsaber away, realizing that I probably should have some sort of weapon if I'm going to go help Rey. But that's okay. She'll hand it to me through the Force. Okay. Anyways, so that's what. Okay. Zane is killing me. I don't know what just because you disagree doesn't mean you have to flop
I
off.
like my version. That's the version in my head.
So honestly, like I've never heard that. You literally just thought of that. I'm not doubting you could think of that. It's just I haven't seen this anywhere. This is a great theory. Debbie. I don't mean it in any kind of way. I'm surprised just because I haven't heard it, not because it came from you, for Pete's sake. Are you sure you didn't read that shit somewhere? Because I'm having a very difficult time trying. Yes, no. See, it even sounds dumb me saying that. That's not me.
I don't know. That's just the way I thought of it, just because of the way she did. Her body doesn't disappear into the Force until Kylo or Ben disappears.
Is this what you thought? I'm very curious on
him
this
the whole
theory. Is
time.
this what you thought the second time you saw this? Was
Mhm.
her?
Yeah.
Maybe
That was
she
my
was
thought.
with him the whole time, just kind of being present.
Leading him to his journey and his destiny.
Mm-hmm.
His destiny
So-
was to come back to the light side, but it was also to save Rey.
She flat out says, like, he's not our son anymore. She says that.
I don't
to
think
Han.
she truly believed it, though.
About Kylo, not Ben.
I saw him, and I saw our son. Like he was so happy. And then Dasher of Dreams, she's like, shut up, you stupid man! Like, it's not him. That's not him. That's not her boy. Ridiculous. Freaking romantic. Really? Throw a set, Han. Her son's gone. Just deal with it. Like that's how. So then no, for me that would not make sense by how I took her comments earlier in the series. That no, she did not believe that. The look she gave Luke when she found out Darth Vader was her papa, like, ugh, like disgusted. I mean, and I get it, absolute disgust, right? But I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong here. But
Who's to say she didn't change her mind?
Because what?
Who's to say she didn't change her mind?
Maybe it was See, so one of the things we talk about in the show is personal growth and all those fun things. And that was a huge moment for Kylo Ren. Huge. Obviously, because then he turns back to the light. It's also a huge moment for Anakin to turn back to the light. And all it took was not one single freaking person on this galaxy believed that Darth Vader was savable, let alone worth saving, except his son. That's huge. That is a son willing to forgive above and beyond everything in the past. Like, look at your own life. Like, I mean, I'm not the perfect father, never claimed to be, and I was far from it. And I've had conversations with my son like, dude, I'm sorry, I was shit, or whatever. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just learning. He knew what he was doing. Vader was killing people. Kylo knew what he was doing. He was killing people. But now we flipped the script. We have the dad saying, son, I'm the only one that believed. Leia didn't believe in him. Rey certainly didn't believe in him. Snoke, nobody. Snoke was like, no, that tiny little ember that you feel, you're. Shut up. No, he just. I hated that. I love Andy Serkis, but that was terrible. I know he was probably told to do that. That's where I'm at with that. I think it was a beautiful arc when it comes down to those relationships with our parents and our relationships with our children, that there is something in Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back, that is huge to connect with your child or your parent in this way, that everybody F's up, man. Everybody makes mistakes. And some mistakes blow up Death Stars and 300,000 people, Luke. And some people just go on tirades and kill everybody, Vader. But Kylo Ren, was he worth saving? That's the big question, right? There's you, me, you, anybody, the collective royal you, don't have the say on whether they're worth saving or not. It's who is not worthy of getting a second chance or a third chance or a fifth chance. And yes, we can get into the serial killer stuff or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, damn it, because that's what I was thinking.
but even so, like, hey, and I'm not saying like some dude that ain't killed 30 people sitting on death row waiting for his turn for the chair. Like, yeah, you did the crime, you got to do that time, and you got to do whatever the law says you have to do. And if that means die via lethal injection, then that's what you have to do. But that doesn't mean that person mentally, spiritually, emotionally can't change and be truly sorry, not that they got caught and they're going to die, truly sorry for what they've done. You see this with Anakin. He's sorry for what he did. There's no way he cannot be, or he wouldn't be a ghost Jedi, right? You see this with Ben Solo. He took many a life. We saw him take several lives that were just as if it was nothing. Does that mean he shouldn't pay for his quote unquote sins of murder? No. And he does. Ultimately, he dies, right? But was he worth saving? I don't care who you are. Every person is worth a chance at redemption, a chance at being saved, a chance at becoming bigger and better and brighter than they were yesterday. Everyone deserves that chance. And I'm very passionate about that. Sorry, going off here on a tangent. But I think Star Wars is critical, and George had this in mind when he wrote how Anakin was saved. Now we flip the script and we have Daddy telling son, hey, man, it's okay. And I know that you killed me. And that's okay. And I really like this theory, Debbie, because I think it has even more depth than him just trying to reconcile what he did and ask for posthumous forgiveness, right? I don't know. That was a long way to say I think I agree, and it's a great theory. You need to write all this down. Put a blog up on our website or something. That's cool.
So people can tell me I'm an idiot.
Yes, it's called engagement.
Who is this woman? Why are you having her write crap on your website? What an idiot.
I mean, I don't know who's so watch. We got like 4 folks watching. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, are we off the beaten path here? Star Wars is about like the whole arc of the Skywalkers is nobody's perfect, but in the end we're gonna fulfill our destiny. And it may not look like you think it should look, because destiny is not up to how you think it should be in this package. How you get there, you have some layer of control over, but ultimately, whatever that destiny package looks like, it is what it is. If you believe and subscribe to "quote unquote" destiny, go ahead.
And if you really think about it, like the Skywalkers have been like consistently going from this not evil mindset, but this very hostile mindset into one of growth, acceptance, and maturity. You look at Darth Vader going to save Luke and getting Anakin back, right? That's growth. You have Luke going from, oh, I'm gonna kill my nephew, to cutting himself off in the Force, going, and then at the end saving everyone there at that base. You have
and coming back and telling Rey that she's wrong. He was wrong to isolate himself.
Exactly.
And I must say he was a better Force ghost than Obi-Wan, because Obi-Wan always talked in riddles.
What was the Force, Luke?
From a certain point of view. So, yeah, I'm just saying, Luke was a better Force ghost.
No, that's right. I mean, even look at Leia. I mean, we just talked about how Leia thought there was no hope for Kylo.
Yeah.
And at the very end, what act did she do when she died?
She sacrificed for
Ben.
Kylo.
For Ben. Not
That's
Kylo, for Ben.
That's what parents do.
Mm-hmm. And then what did Ben do?
He
Skywalker
paid it forward. He paid it forward. And, Anakin saved Luke. And what did Luke do? Oh, Luke went and ran and hid at a freaking island and didn't. No, I'm just kidding.
Pay it forward. Kind of makes sense.
Pay it forward later, but
Vader saved Luke. Luke saved Leia. Leia saved Ben. Ben saved Rey. If that's the Skywalker curse, then Rey has to be a Skywalker.
Oh my God, where is Cam right here going?
The lines are connecting, guys.
You're going to get some very mean text later.
You're here, folks. Dr. Dana said that Rey is a Skywalker.
No, Dr. Dana did not say that. Oh, we got to get to that. Let's get to the polls, shall we? I need to start making some of these screen things, like videos, like let's look at the poll. So Debbie, can you pull up that poll and share the screen? I don't know if you can share screen, because I still haven't gotten to YouTube today. So
hold on, give me a minute.
So very interesting, just stuff.
What is that?
It wasn't very. There we go. 19 crimes are killing me with that last drink. It was not very great. It's
a Cabernet.
Debbie screen joined. Look at see BS, man. There's no way. Okay, so how much? 86%.
14% says that yes, she should have taken the Skywalker name, and 86% says
Okay.
hail to the no.
Okay, it's based in the wording of the question. Okay,
Yeah, I worded it differently.
got you. I was like, hold on a second. How is YouTube the opposite? Okay, this makes complete sense. And this is why I was like, what? Like, tell me, how do you get there? I gotta see this. No problem.
Oh,
Because it still says
changed.
the same
Oh,
thing.
it changed.
Absolutely not. I love the I have to do this. We've got I have to do the voice every time I see his face. Go check out episode, I think it was episode 2. Was it episode 2 where we're talking
About my guy.
your boy, your guy, Kylo Ren, and then it slowly fades in this crying Kylo face. It's just brilliant. That's about the only cool thing on episode 2 of this show. Yeah, he just bounced. So absolutely not. She should not have taken that name. That's what we have there. What do we have over in what you call it world? I'll look up TikTok.
I think Facebook is a little more even.
What'd you say?
I think Facebook
What was
was more even.
Facebook was the same. We got the same.
Was it the same?
Yeah. Oh, my
Facebook was 68% to 32%.
with
Yeah.
she should not have used that name, right?
Right.
Yep. And then TikTok. And then I think a couple of people went back and voted, but yeah, that's 60. 59 to 41. That was a little closer.
How many people voted?
Oh, you can't even see it. There you go. 59, 41.
That's actually crazy.
So the consensus is no. She should not have taken the Skywalker name. I want to know you guys' thoughts while we're talking about it. You guys out there in Streamland, what's going on? Oh, no worries. Those of you in Streamland, let us know what you think here. Should she or should she not take the Skywalker name? If she not take the Skywalker name, what name does she take?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that me? Whoops.
It's Debbie.
Oh, sorry, Debbie.
Huh? What'd I
Sorry,
do?
I don't know. We saw like a playlist called Harem. I don't know. What was it?
Somebody
Your screen was showing there.
Oh, I took it off. Sorry.
Yeah, I can't have you guys seeing that.
I know
was
for
like,
me,
what are you talking about?
It's my
For
Harem
me,
playlist.
it sucks that she took the name. It really does. And
Why?
I mean, I think if we knew that this was an option, I think we wouldn't have it. I think the way that they had portrayed her, it wasn't a fitting end for the Skywalkers. They're just dragging this family through the dirt still. You know, Ben had this heroic ending. He saved his dad, right? And then what does she do? She takes it. She's like, "Oh, the Skywalker's dead? No more."
Yeah, because the whole thing was, we were wanting to get away from the Skywalker saga. I mean, personally, I was shocked when she said Skywalker. I guess I should have known when you seen Luke and Leia up here. But I, for one, she either should have just stayed Rey or she should have taken a Solo name.
Solo would have been cool. I just like Rey Solo would be kind of cool. Something like a little more separate, follows the lineage of Ben. I don't know. I will say, as much as I don't like it, I can see the lines connecting in a lot of different ways for why she picked this name. And so I don't hate it. I just dislike it. Okay. good for him. Somebody doesn't like opinions. Wow. I won this debate, guys.
Okay. I had to prepare for what I'm about to do.
Oh,
You just kicked me
no.
off
Do I
screen.
need to leave because it's almost bedtime?
How dare you do this to the Skywalker name? What lackluster? You have an entire saga based on the Skywalker name, from Anakin or Shmi. We'll say Shmi. All the way to Kylo.
Ben Swallow.
And then it ends. You're telling me that this family, this, 8 people? 6 people? 7 people? Maybe? Had that much death and destruction in their wake, and that's how they fizzle out? That had that much influence and manipulation over the galaxy in various stages of the Empire, the Republic, the New Republic, and you're just going to let it fizzle out like that? I believe putting that lid, the cap, on the bottle of the Skywalkers, of Rey saying Rey Skywalker, that was the ultimate FU, and we're going to do it our way. And I say that because there is nothing blood related to her, nothing. She didn't even use any real force, anything that she learned from him other than don't go to the dark side. I mean, let's be honest. You just went straight for it. I can't believe you did it. That was in the last episode.
But Leia was her master.
Oh, later, yes.
And she was connected through the Force to a Skywalker.
Who?
Ben.
Ben?
Yeah, they were a dyad.
Yes, I'm aware. No, I thought you were going to expound upon that.
Nope.
I was quiet. I was like, Ben?
No.
Everybody's looking at each other. No.
Well, I mean, I can see not wanting to have Palpatine as the last name. I can understand that totally because he was a total menace to society. But I kind of wonder what her mother and father's last name was, because surely, you're trying to hide and run from, the Emperor. Surely you're not going around with the name Palpatine. So
Did they have a last name?
I don't know. That's my question. Did they? And if so, why didn't she take their name?
That's a great question.
Yeah, I thought that was I thought it was very loosely played, the whole parents thing.
They didn't have a last name.
Bullshit. Like, see, that kind of stuff is not fleshed out, and it's only because of lazy fucking writing, man. Look, okay.
They were nobodies. You don't want anyone to know you? You have no last name.
Weren't. They sold you for drinking money. Shut up. No, they didn't. Like, they made this so good, like Magoo. I don't know how else to explain it. It felt so like just thrown together. Let's try to make this. I know that's not what happened, and I'm sorry to those of you that are on this project that. That's your livelihood. That's you're the camera dude. I'm the guy that brought coffee to the guy that brought coffee to freaking Ryan Johnson. I'm sorry. Like I know it's not your fault, and I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming those in charge again. That you come on, Debbie and Zane. We look at Luke Sky. This is Cam's point, and I'm with him. We look at Luke Skywalker in a specific way because he led the way. He led the way and showed the way on how to be not just a good Jedi, but a good person, and understand that there is opportunity for anyone to come back over to the light side. He was the one that believed. And who is it that Kylo Ren attaches to? He attaches to his grandfather, who was a badass Jedi who came around and destroyed the Emperor. Oh no, we're gonna focus on this other part of my granddad. It is like you said, I think, Debbie, in the last show, that you can't. It was said like there. It's different. I'm sorry. I'm so freaking upset right now.
Get it out, man.
Spit it out. Just spit it out. Okay.
Well, I think last week I said something about so they didn't tell him the story of Darth Vader. Why is he so?
Yes, that's what I was trying to spit out.
Okay, glad I could be of help.
Yeah,
I'm here all week.
So how is
Thank
it
you.
that he doesn't know that? I mean, it's true, all of it. Yeah. Okay. So Han, they know the stories. Everyone knows the stories of Luke Skywalker being saved by, like, that had to have been at the academy, like whatever 101, like Darth Vader 101.
No, after Vader. Well, hold on. Let me try and get my timeline figured out.
It just seems that they would have expressed what happened to Darth Vader, or Anakin to Vader, Vader to Anakin, would have been discussed at length at some point.
Well, you would have thought Luke, Leia, and Han would have. But as far as the galaxy's concerned, they wiped the Jedi out of any teachings or anything. Palpatine did.
So if you have control over the education system, you can rewrite history?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, awesome.
He wiped out anything that had to do with the Jedi. That's why, they're kind of, oh.
That's right. He looted the archives and then destroyed it. If I remember correctly, you're right.
And it wasn't in any of the Imperial schoolings, at least. Yeah. Everything was all Imperial, nothing to do with the Jedi. As far as the Jedi, they were bad. They tried, oh my God, they scarred me for life. That whole thing. So as far as the majority of the galaxy is concerned, except for the ones who were right there up close and personal, the Jedi are a myth.
Which is why Han says, and that, it's true, all of it. And I can see that,
well, they couldn't even get their story about Han right. Rey was excited to meet him because he was a smuggler, famous smuggler, and Finn was like, no, he was a general.
Yeah.
So they Rey was like, get those stories right.
It made the Kessel Run at 12. Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah, that's why. See, in my mind, because I'm on my second read through of what is now Legends, and to me, these are the stories that are told by other people who hear, they just make up shit, and this is stuff that they've heard that Luke Skywalker did or whatever. So to me, it's still kind of canon from a certain point of view.
I just had a thought. I'm sorry. I totally think I'm going to change gears here.
Oh, no.
Maybe. I am on my last class already, and it's only been an hour and a half.
Lord.
In the final,
I'm dying over here, people.
It's actually 1:24 if we're really watching the clock. 1:24 and 22, 23, 24. Rey and Palpatine at the very end. I am all the Sith and I am all the Jedi. I want to come back to this because the end of this scene, you have basically essentially all of the followers, the cultish type followers, all being wiped out from buildings collapsing around them, whatever. But this whole amount of power, quote unquote, released with the death of the Emperor. I mentioned earlier in tonight's show that when he died in Return of the Jedi, there was that kind of spirits and stuff kind of like flying out of him. I don't know. It was weird. I don't know if that was ever explained what that is, but the same thing happens to his clone, later on. When this happens, now you're no longer all the Sith. Where do all the Sith go? Because if he's holding all these Sith spirits, is what I was kind of feeling, which is different than Rey saying, I am all the Jedi, whereas the Jedi are kind of with her and behind her, not being owned by her. And maybe I'm misinterpreting. But when I see this final showdown, I'm seeing Palpatine as one holding all of the previous Sith before him that he can, whereas Rey has all the previous Jedi helping, being that the big difference. And maybe I'm just reading into it or making more of it than what they even had in mind. But what are y'all's thoughts on that?
I don't know. They should have had all of the Force Ghosts
There.
standing behind her.
That'd be cool.
That would have been cool. And for Mr. Palpatine, who's all the Sith, it would have been, in my opinion, it would have been cool if his face had changed like to the different famous Darths, or
Revan mask flash across, like all the like kind of
yeah, like Plagueis and whoever else,
I don't know if we want to see more Plagueis.
Just quickly kind of flash his face morphs as he's saying, I'm all the Sith. I thought that would have been cool.
Cam's gonna hate me for this, but whenever you hear all of those Jedi, and we're talking like the actual voices from Liam Neeson to
Alec Guinness.
Alec Guinness, they used his voice. They whatever,
Right.
like all that shit was all like that. That got me like just a little tiny bit, but it's mostly because.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Wait, what? Can you pop that? I didn't see that. What do you got? Okay.
It says, imagine something similar to the witness from Destiny 2. The cloud of faces emerging from the cranium, displaying the sheer amount of power and presence you would have.
Yeah. Thank you, Don
Destiny
Flair.
2, the witness is
Destiny
basically this entire planet was like, oh, we need to go like above and beyond. So they all kind of morph into this one singular entity, and its head is like this cloud of faces. It's weird, but that would
Is this a game?
Yeah, Destiny 2.
Oh, okay.
I haven't played it in quite some time, but
that would be cool.
No, that final scene, the final showdown, I thought was really well done. It just frustrated me. I think that we got what we got. Like you said, Debbie, I think seeing all of the Jedi Force ghosts. But see, here's the problem. Not every Jedi is a Force ghost. Not every Jedi learns that skill.
No, but we could have had the ones that have, like Anakin.
If you're talking to Rey from beyond, then you should have that skill. Then yeah, and to your point, then you're right. Like they should all be there, because if you're communing with someone from beyond, like that was the whole point of Qui-Gon teaching Yoda that. Like, so you're right. Even them speaking that, they should at least have a Force ghost there behind them. I think there's a video somewhere with this that I've seen. I don't know why. Maybe, and it's been a while since I've seen it, but I swear, yeah, there's that, and that was all. I think it was. That's how it should have ended, or something to that effect. Yeah. I don't know. It stinks because that's it. that's the end. And I understand Cameron's point, right? Like you build this dude up as this hero, and he does what he does in The Last Jedi, but it's not how you envision him being, like soul, mind, and body. Like that's just not Luke. And the visions or splashes that we have of him as a Force ghost in the last one, yeah, that's good. I'm with you guys on that.
What if Luke comes back?
What
if Luke comes back?
Somehow Luke comes back.
I mean,
we found another map.
Imagine like
the world between worlds.
No, imagine like Force Ghost Luke, like this person can only be hurt by like inside the Force, and then like Luke's there, and it's like, I'm Luke, and I'm gonna save the day. But whenever I die, this is gonna be it. I can't be in the Force anymore. There is no more me. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just drawing straws here.
It's hard to like, that white part around bird shit, that on the outside of it,
all white.
That all white stuff around the bird shit. It's still bird shit.
Don't look at
so, like,
you've been studying that?
Even if it's light and it's kind of not as dark and nasty looking, it's still bird shit. And that's the way I feel about this movie, quite frankly. And I know not everyone agrees, and that's fine. That's the beauty. Like, we can disagree, but not like hate each other and talk toxic at each other. Like, why is she yawning? We still have. Oh no, it's 9:32. Okay, so last week
it's 10:32.
I know. Last week there was some great opportunities for me to say, okay, last question, and I said that like 3 times, and we got all the way.
It was like 4. Well, because Biscardi came on, he said, "Oh my God, this is the longest wrap up ever."
Yes, he did. Dude, I need to get with Brian. I need him on for next week when we do this cool show. He's real excited to be on the show. We're gonna get Brian from Geek. War of the Stars. War of the Stars.
Mm-hmm.
War of the Stars podcast. I'd asked him what he wanted to promote, and he really wasn't interested. He just wanted to talk like dark side Star Wars stuff. So we'll still promote War of the Stars when he's here next week. I need to get with him to make sure he's here next week.
Little flash.
It'll be super fun. What?
Oh, what is that down there?
What?
Oh.
No, it's gone now.
Did I miss something?
No, don't worry about it.
Is that a cat on the back of your chair? Look at Chewy, just chilling. He rides the back. Are you sure he's alive?
He's alive.
Oh my God, he is.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Wow,
he was so focused.
Say hi to everybody,
wow.
Choo. Yeah, just say hi.
All right. This is the last thing for real. For real, Debbie. Sorry, she's like, oh God, are you kidding me? Last thing. So Palpatine, Rey Palpatine versus Rey Skywalker. We started talking about that a little bit, but I want to really hammer this out because I think it's important what she says. Not just Skywalker. If she were to have said, like, I think, was it you, Debbie? Solo would have been fine to say. Saying Skywalker, what kind of feelings did that give you? Positive or negative? No judgment. I mean, when you heard her say that, what's your name, Rey? Rey what? Skywalker. Like, I literally was like,
He left the theater. I had to drive myself home.
I was done. I was like, no way. I cannot believe she just said that. Like, why would you put that in the movie? That's so stupid. You could have gone the whole fucking movie and not said, what's your name? Rey Skywalker. You didn't have to do that. And I get that you set that up earlier. I can't remember the name of the planet where, hey, let's give the old fans a little Lando and make them happy. Like, I know what you did there. On that planet, that was... I'm trying to be like thoughtful and articulate what I'm trying to say, and not just yell.
Well, I think it would have went better if they had just ended it at the celebration when they all returned. But yeah, Skywalker's fine, but it contradicts what Kathleen and whoever said. Oh, we're trying to get away from the Skywalker saga, and then they give her Skywalker. But I really thought if she was going to give herself a name, it should have been Solo to honor Ben
and Han,
who gave his life to bring, because she was dead. She was deader than doornail. So, and he brought her back. So why wouldn't you take his name?
Because that's too old fashioned. Oh no.
Well,
no, I honestly I agree. He and her in a different time and place, they would have been together 100%. She had a thing for Ben, I think, and she admits that. And but she saw through. Again, there's someone that believes, right, above and beyond what everyone else believes. I don't know, man. I feel like if you're going to honor the legacy of George and the legacy of the Skywalkers, you're right. Why would you name her Skywalker? Why wouldn't you name her something else? Or again, why
Ray Lucas? She could have said Ray Lucas. My name is Ray Lucas.
Yeah, and everyone would have went, that's awesome. Okay, cool. All right. And then it would have been done. No one would have said shit. I guarantee you, everyone would have been
I would have said shit.
All right, whatever. That's silly, but okay. It's better than if she was Ray Skywalker. That's what would have been said. 100% Ray Skywalker.
Oh, but is it that bad? I mean,
yes.
You have to think about who's making the movie. It's Disney. I think that's like
Skywalker bloodline, man. Of course, it's bad.
That's like a textbook thing for Disney to do. I feel. I think that just fits just ending it in that just cliche way. Oh, I'm Ray Skywalker.
It could have done the same thing with Solo. I mean,
yeah, I don't
care either way. It'll be interesting to see how they do with this new movie if it ever freaking comes out.
Give me more Daisy Ridley. To
see how they, if it's just handled casually or they make a big deal of her being Ray Skywalker. We shall see.
Kylo tells her, he's not the father, whatever. Like I think I'm with you. I think Solo might have been a better connection to who really I get this, that Luke trained her and Leia trained her, but she had a real quick connection to Han, and in a very paternal way. And
he even invited her to come work on the ship, on the Falcon. He offered her a job
and gave her a weapon. In my opinion, it's a result of the director. Yes, absolutely, Don Flair. Absolutely. Director disengaged from the fans. And we have never said write some shit for us. That's not ever what we've ever said. All we've said is respect what has been, because what has been is what's gotten you to this point with the IP where you have money in your pockets, or you did have money in your pockets till you burned it. When it comes to Sith Dominion and our take on most things, we do try to look at things from that Sithy point of view and that dark side point of view. And we did a couple of times, but we haven't talked about the one little tiny thing yet that was, for some people, the most ridiculous thing, and some people the most coolest thing. And I need to know how y'all stand. When we are on whatever planet with the broken-ass Death Star, we get to meet Darkseid Ray.
Oh, yeah.
Darkseid Ray. How did we feel about Darkseid Ray? What was good? What was bad? That's our last piece for tonight.
It was too short.
Too short.
It was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it was Ray's vision. I mean, she's seen herself going down that path
it's
that I would have liked to have seen her fighting herself more.
yeah. So it's like ESB with Luke.
You have the temptation of the dark side and the seduction of the dark side in the OG and in the prequels. You really can see, the manipulation, like the marionette. And I don't know that I could really see that with her in this. Am I wrong, or did I miss something?
I think it's there. It might not be as prevalent. You have to think that for her, she never had a family, and that was her goal internally, was to be a part of a family. And now she learns, oh, this is my grandfather. You know, I think the temptation is there. It's just not strong.
And I think, like Kylo, she's not exactly balanced either. Because in that last scene where, he's when they're on the Exegol and they're both fighting, if you notice, their fighting is superb. I mean, it's so different from previous fights where, they just swinging shit all over the place, and they're just not, it's not a balanced, you know what I'm saying? It's just
totally.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm
with you.
making sure I'm not sounding stupid in front of.
No, I'll give a perfect real world example. Last week, Zane and I finally were able to hook up on some Overwatch, and I got into a zone with Soldier, and I mean, it was like 28 kills, 3 deaths, and like 5 assists. Like I went crazy. I was blind. I wasn't even thinking. I was in the quote unquote zone, right? So the zone, where does the zone exist for these characters? And I think in this final battle, they were finally in a place of quote unquote the zone, right? They didn't even know what the fuck was happening around them. They were just like they just felt the force. We see this in Anakin and Obi-Wan on the Death Star when they're rescuing Palpatine on Grievous's ship. There's just this. They're just in the zone, man. Like totally zoned in. I saw that, and I didn't really think about it till you said that. But they were totally in the zone there. Kylo fighting his Knights of Ren, or Ben fighting the Knights of Ren. What do you think those dudes were thinking at that second? I mean, do you think that gave Ben an advantage that he was flipped, that they weren't expecting something like that?
Oh yeah, they totally shit their pants.
Yeah, because they knew how powerful he was, because he killed whoever the previous Ren was, and so already they know him to be badass. He's like I don't know. I know. Does it break the rule of 2? We talked about that early in the show, but I don't think it does. Having force sensitive. Wait, but did they ever say that the Knights of Ren were force sensitive?
Not that I know of.
I don't think they were force sensitive.
So they potentially could not have been from the Jedi Academy.
And I thought their origin was like talked about in comics.
I thought the leader, or no, I'm trying to remember. Again, rumor, but I thought the leader was the only one that could carry a lightsaber, and that's why all the other ones have those weird, funky homemade weapons. Because they're not allowed to carry a lightsaber. Only the leader is.
Got you.
Are you finding that anywhere, Zane?
I'm reading so much that does not have to do with that. But I mean, essentially, yes, they were devoted to the dark side of the Force. Their philosophy was epitomized by the lightsaber.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weapons.
So they weren't not.
You got
They
this.
weren't not. Oh my freaking god! They're not necessarily. God, I'll spit it out. They're
are
not necessarily force sensitive, but they just kind of worship the lightsaber.
It says that they were an enclave of masked dark side warriors.
Okay.
So they are force sensitive.
Listen, can we get some Gilroy or some of this guy, Tomorrowland? What's his name? That we're
Trevor
do next week? Not Tomorrowland. Yeah, Trevorrow. Someone that gets it, right? And get us a Knights of Bryn series, like just an 8-hour movie. That's all we need. 1 8-hour movie on the Knights of Bryn. How they started, how they came. What? 8-hour? Isn't that what we do now? All those they're just 8-hour, 9-hour movies. That's all.
I would never go to the theater again. I just could not.
I haven't been to the theater in probably 7-8 months, and it's, first of all, there's not shit out there, but secondly,
Yeah,
it's like, no, Terrifier 3 is not something on my list.
Terrifier 3, there's Piece by Piece, which is that like Lego style.
Smile
biopic.
2, and yeah,
Smile
no,
2 is
I'm not.
good. It's that Lego style biopic about Pharrell Williams, but it's a biopic, but it's like all Lego instead of like live action.
And Pharrell, like,
yeah,
I'm happy that Pharrell.
about
Okay.
him. He's amazing. He's a great. Anyways, there are
He's a
some
great
good movies
producer.
out. You just, maybe not to you.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Did he
98
hang
on
around
Rotten
with you?
Tomatoes kind of sounds like a good movie to me. But what do I
My
know?
question is, why isn't the Nosferatu, I always say that wrong, the Dracula movie, why is that coming out at Christmas? Like, what the actual fuck?
They always do vampire movies at Christmas. I don't know why. Look at the release
Why
date.
wouldn't you have it come out on around Halloween?
I don't know. Look at release dates for vampires movies. They're always like Thanksgiving on. It's the weird. I don't understand.
You would
Except for
think-
Lost Boys. I think Lost Boys was a summer blockbuster. But yeah,
I love that movie. That was
I
good.
do too. That was ridiculous. Now that when was the last time you watched it?
It's on my list. It's on my yearly Halloween list of
Oh.
movies to watch.
So you
Lost
watch it every
Boys.
year? Yeah,
Mhm.
Cool.
Love me
Rocky
some
Horror
Christopher
is
Nolan.
definitely on my list every year. And I actually usually I haven't been the last 2 years, and this will be the third year. I did Rocky Horror 2 years in a row. And the first year I played, like, we actually put on the musical. And then you can buy prop bags and go crazy during the show. But yeah, I was Dr. Scott and Eddie one year. And so I got to ride the motorcycle. There's a whole story with the motorcycle that still lives on at the theater because it didn't start, and everyone's waiting on me to hear the motorcycle. It's not, and then I just have to ad lib, and so I literally just yell vroom vroom and roll the motorcycle out as Eddie. Those of you that have not seen, I don't. Dude, it was ridiculous. And so, yeah, now the whole thing is vroom, vroom, bitch, like whatever. So go watch Rocky Horror. Tim Curry is an absolute star in this movie.
I love Tim Curry.
And it for the time, super risque. For today, even still a little risque. Just a great, though, movie all the way around. Just ridiculous and fun. And you'll want to do the time work again and again. I love it.
See, now, back in the day, we had a theater where I lived or grew up in. Every Friday night, midnight, they played Rocky Horror.
Hell yeah.
And it was a blast because everybody brought squirt guns. They brought we did the whole thing, the rice,
Hell yeah.
whatever, getting out in the aisle and doing the time warp. And it was a blast. It was messy, but it was a blast.
Yeah, I had super fun doing that. The first year, Dr. Scott and getting to talk in a German accent was awesome. I had a lot of fun with that. I had a lot of fun with Eddie because I got to sing Hapaturi Meatloaf is one of my all-time favorite vocalists. The guy's just got range like nobody's business. But dancing and singing Meatloaf is very difficult, and trying to start a motorcycle that you didn't pull the clutch in, so it's never going to start. Let's just move on. Yeah, that's why I had to vroom vroom. To this day, vroom vroom bitch is still a thing up at the theater company. So I guess I should be proud of that. I don't know. The last thing for tonight, just kidding, Debbie, we're done. That was a great show. Cameron, I appreciate you interjecting. We will be in After Dark starting next week, or starting this week. I'm going to add the Discord server link to our
Is it
link tree.
going public
Yeah.
this week?
We
like
need to do
now?
this week later this week. Do we need to do a few things to it beforehand? If so, Zane will take care of that.
I'll probably take a look at it sometime tonight
All right.
when I'm bored at 3 a.m.
Yeah. No, and just so you know, the reason we do Discord is because we've got restrictions on what we can say or can't say in YouTube land, Twitch land, Facebook land, TikTok land, etc. And in Discord, whenever it's after hours and nobody else is watching, just us, we can say whatever the hell we want. So that's why we do it. And we usually stay just till midnight or so. Yeah, another 2 hours. Debbie's like, "Are you kidding me?" No, we do, and it's fantastic.
Maybe if I'm not working that week.
There we go. That's right. Maybe Christmas. She'll join us.
I do take a couple weeks off at Christmas, so
awesome. We'll do it. Next few weeks, I'm gonna try to get Brian on next week. Brian, if you're listening, expect an email from me. We have solidified one of our vendors for 11/5 election night. We are going to be talking about who we would vote as a Sith Lord to run the United States of America. That's what we're going to do on election night, and we have one of the Oaken Sabers joining us for that night. Also, we'll have a Halloween night. We'll talk about all that later as well. And next week, we're going through what's his name again?
I thought we were taking a couple weeks off because you were going to be gone.
Oh, that's not till after the 5th. So we'll have election night, and then we're off a week, and then we'll come back. So the week after the election, no, I'll be in the Caribbean. And maybe I'll come back. Maybe I won't. We'll see. Cameron's segment. Oh, yeah, that was the art. So, yeah. Next week, we'll talk about that show. We'll try to do some readings. We'll get that art up for everybody. Did I say about Japan? You know what? We didn't even go, Janae, to bring the Beetlejuice to get you to come. And you came. So, hello, Janae. Thank you for joining us. So that's what's coming up the next few weeks. We'll have a Halloween show. We'll have an election show. And then next week, though, is... Yeah, I just said that. The real episode 9 that it should have been. Any other parting shots? Zane, what do you got going on this week?
I'm pretty sure this what day is it today? In like 10 days, we actually have a show in Buda, Texas. That's a little south of Austin. If you don't know where that is, it's about 10 minutes south of Austin. It's basically an Austin area. It's in Buda, Buck's backyard. So I don't know what time it is, but y'all check out their website. We'll be playing there with Thomas. Be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Do you want to show it?
Can I play that one little clip of
I mean, if you want to.
I don't want to. I mean, I'm trying to help you guys out, but I don't want to like get you in trouble.
You should play a few seconds. You probably play.
I played my favorite one. So there's this tune that these guys do called "My Poor Liver." They recorded it this week, and this is just a little tiny clip of the record. It's not out yet. It will be out on, I guess, all the Spotify's and all the things. But right now, it's not. So let me share real quick. Our guy Zane, man, he's got some. Wait, what just happened? Why can't I share this window? We'll share this. Share. You guys see this?
I'm about to get doxxed.
I just don't want Thomas to get pissed off.
Shh. So this is just the harmonies. I'm pretty sure. Not. This is without any of the main vocals.
Yeah, no main. This is just like the
It was
harmony.
day one of recording. Day one of recording. Actually, that might have been.
There you go.
Yeah.
So just a little snippet, man. These guys got a little like that song right there reminds me, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That is some Seven Bridges Road Eagles type shit. Like really tight, good harmonies. I've heard you guys live, and you guys are sick. Great job. So yes, you guys check out Thomas Babiak and 30 Rack.
Mm-hmm. You look for our first single coming out sometime in the future. Will be what's your favorite color?
Oh, what's your favorite color?
I
Great
think that's
song.
the working title. I could be wrong, but I think that's the title we're staying with. Not favorite color, but what's your favorite color?
What's your favorite color? That's
Maybe
a
it's
great song.
what's your and then favorite color. That'd be kind of cool.
What's your favorite color? The 3 singles coming out. Have you all announced that or no?
We have on TikTok Live, which
Okay.
y'all should go
So
check
yeah.
out.
So
Thomas
My Poor
Babiak
Liver
is second,
is the second one.
and then Afflicted is the third
Afflicted
one.
is the first. Oh, dude, I'm afflicted and broken, man. I'm telling you, this song.
These songs.
Thomas is a hell of a writer. And I'm a pretty good writer myself. I don't mind patting myself on the back. I know I've written some shit tunes, but I've also written some really good ones. So, yeah, check out Thomas Babiak and 30 Rack. Also, check out Bo Moore in the Back 40, 2 bands that he's a part of, Zane. And go check them out live if you're ever in the Austin area. Debbie, what do you got going on? No more shots. What do you got going on this week? You can't talk about any more flu, COVID, any shots that you're in charge of in ministry. Anything but that. Tell me what you're doing outside of that. Besides the shows, besides that. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah. Well, let's see. War of the Stars. We have an episode coming out tomorrow on Feast of Fandoms.
I got that.
Then Cantina Happy Hour Thursday.
Neat.
Friday over on the Geek and I podcast channel, Federation Friday original series. Saturday Geek Gauntlet. And then Monday is MCU Monday on the Feast of Fandoms, where we'll be talking about episode 6
of
Agatha.
Agatha, right. I knew
I'm
that. I don't know
sorry.
that everyone else did.
I fell asleep mid-sentence,
Star Wars?
okay?
I know. Even Chewie's like, come on, man. Can we please go?
He's getting out in the hallway, me yelling, and I'm like, shut up.
Awesome. I don't have anything this week except for getting the link tree updated with the Discord link. So you guys be on the lookout for that. Come like and subscribe. Not just us. Certainly we want you to subscribe. Hit the bell so you know when we're rolling. But we're on several platforms. Whatever your preference is, if we're not on there, ping us and let us know, man, and we'll try to figure out how to get on there. Again, last week over 650 on our show. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the engagement. Dawn Flair, good to see you in the show. Janae, as always. But I'm a little sad that we didn't call you. You just showed up. Cam, of course, we'll see you. Hopefully, Agua, the rest of you. So Andrew. Oh, sorry, Andrew. Yes, of course. I don't know who else the 8 is, but those are the only 5 people we've called out. But all of you that are watching, thank you. We're gonna wrap it up for tonight. Any parting shots? I know you had a show. You have a show next week. Is that what you said? No. Yes, next week at Driven Springs. You already said that. No.
Buda.
That's right. And Debbie has nothing because she can't talk about shows or shots. So I don't have shit. I'll see you guys next week. Remember, kids, peace is a lie. There's only passion. Good night.